right. So let's share our screen. Okay. So we are on chapter 18 this week for our story by Jacqueline Woodson, Hush. We are actually on part 3 in our story. So we are on part 3. Okay. And let's talk about what has happened in chapter 17. Okay. In chapter 17, Tawasha, or Evie, has joined the track team. And remember, when we talked about track, this is a sport where we have participants who, thank you, participants who are running, okay? They're running on a track or field, okay? So she has joined a sport after school. She was not honest with her parents. She did not tell her parents that she was joining the track team, okay? Her coach, Coach Lay, is a math teacher, okay? She makes friends with a new young lady named Mira, who is very friendly. All right.
Okay.
All right. So in chapter 18, that is the chapter we are going to read today. All right. And I will start. Let me open this up so I can see everyone, just in case someone joins us. I can see. All right. Long after everyone has gone to bed, I tiptoe into the living room and sit cross-legged on the floor. The moon coming in through Daddy's window is bright and halfway pretty. I tried to remember Denver, how I used to spend hours staring out my window, wanting to drink every ounce of its beauty in. Maybe I knew someplace deep that the day would come when I wouldn't be mine anymore. I swallow, remembering the morning I told Lulu. A part of me thought our tears were just for drama, that we'd wake up the next morning and everything would be back to normal. But as we lay across my bed, staring up at the ceiling and crying silently, the realness of how everything you ever loved could be taken away from you, just like that, settled over me. Eerie and dangerous as quicksand. Every month, a letter comes from Grandma. It comes in a white business envelope with a Texas postmark. We read the letters hungrily over and over again. Sometimes I come in to find Mama fingering the letter lovingly, a faraway look in her eyes. That's it. That's all we have left of the past. Letters with no names on them. Just paragraphs and paragraphs of chatty news. No real questions about our lives. No news of what happened after we left. Who asks about us? Who calls her up to cry? When we write back, we're not allowed to use our real names. Our letters to her are guarded and shallow. Mama talks about Jehovah's will, me and Anna talk about the movies we saw, the classes we have. We can't describe our school. We can't talk about this new place. Our letters go to Texas and eventually get to her. What do we get? All of us. The knowledge that we're all alive, that someone beneath all the stupid, shallow stuff, we're surviving, that we still love and are loved, that underneath this new Evie skin, there is still Tawasha Green. Somewhere, always, I stretch out my legs in front of me and bend slowly toward them the way Lay showed me. I can feel the back of my legs burning with the stretch. Lay said this was a good thing, that in no time I'll be able to touch my forehead with my knees. I'm not the fastest girl on the team, but I'm not the slowest. After practice yesterday, a few girls came over to me and slapped my hand, welcoming me. Daddy Longlegs, Myra said when she waved goodbye. Spider Woman. Later, Spider, someone else said. I lifted my head, then bent down toward my knees again, breathing out slowly. Spider. I like that. Okay, hold on. Let me open this up. Lucia is trying to come in the Zoom, so let me see. I don't see her, so we'll keep reading. Chapter 19. When I walk in on Thursday, Mama is grinning and dancing around the room. I pull my knapsack off my shoulder, thinking that she's joined Daddy in the mind loss game. But then she dances over to me, and in her eyes, I see my old Mama, the one who let Daddy pull her up from this place on a picnic table and dance her around the park. When I look over at the table, Anna is still sitting there smiling. She hasn't gone crazy, Anna said, reading my mind. She's got a job. Mama dances the letter into my hands. Dear Mrs. Thomas, let me be the first to congratulate you on your appointment at Public School 13 here in... I feel the room getting smaller around, then bigger again, the air coming fast into my throat. Maybe a part of me thought it would never happen, that Mama would never walk into a classroom again and begin the day with good morning, children. So Mama has finally gotten a job. Now remember, because Mama is in witness protection, they had to go about the process very different. So, for example, if Mama went to school to become a teacher, they had to recreate her files or paperwork under her new name. So they had to get all of this documentation together in order for her to be able to work in this new city and new state. Okay? So Mama is very excited. 5th grade, Mama says, still grinning. I thought I'll have to teach high school. Thank you, Jehovah. Thank you for my faith. Daddy stares out the window, silent. Dance with her, Daddy, I say, wanting him to be smiling too, happy for Mama. In Denver, when Mama told stories about her class, he'd throw his head back and laugh, happy, proud. I take Mama's hand and dance with her for a moment. Her hand is soft, the way I remember it. Our feet moving in unison, Mama smiling. This word unison means moving as one. So they're dancing and their feet are moving like it's one foot. Like this, Daddy. That silly hustle dance that you guys used to do. Mama shakes her head, looks at the letter again, and grins. She holds the letter in one hand and spins me with the other. Then our feet come back together into step together. After dinner, some nights, they would put on music and dance like crazy. Daddy's feet moving faster than the music. Mama doing steps that looked like they were halfway cool once upon a time. And they'd laugh and pull us into them. We'd all just act the fool while somebody sang about love or zodiac signs or about white boys playing funky music. But Daddy just keeps staring out the window. And after a moment, the room feels hollow. Mama squeezes my hand once, then lets it go. Picks up the watchtower on her way into their bedroom and closes the door behind her. So everybody is excited. Mama has a job. So Mama having this job allows her to kind of connect to their old lives. Because when they lived in Denver, she was a teacher. So she is excited. The children are excited. Is Daddy excited? Is her husband excited about her having a job?
I think no, porque feet moving.
Yeah. He's still staring out the window. So here is an image of what Daddy is doing. This is what Dad is doing. Just looking out the window. That's what he does all day. He sits in the chair and he stares out the window. Dad is going through depression. He's sad all the time. He doesn't want to take a bath. He probably doesn't want to eat. He probably sleeps in the chair. He's depressed about their lives. He feels responsible for his family living the way that they have to live. Do you think that Dad questions if he made the right decision? Do you think he questions if he should have told on the police officers or not have told on the police officers? Because he's sad all the time. All the time. All the time. I'm looking to see if we have any other pictures. Okay. Let's keep reading. All right. Chapter 20. On Friday, somebody called my name. I turned and saw Myra running toward me. She was smiling. God, you walk fast, girl. Where are you heading? I told her where I live and slowed down a bit. You can keep walking fast, she said. I can keep up, you know. She smiled again and took 3 giant steps out in front of me. Spider-Woman, that's what you are for sure. I am not, I said, my heart beating fast. I'm just a girl named Evie from California. California, huh? Yep. Well, in California, they can run as fast as girls from Antigua. I lifted my knapsack higher. Her knapsack is like her book bag. Okay. This word knapsack is like her backpack. I lifted my knapsack higher on my shoulder, looked at her sideways, and took off. Myra laughed and ran to catch me. So she started running. We ran to the corner, me getting there only a half second before her, even though I had a head start. Myra leaned over, her hands on her knees. I did the same thing. We were both breathing hard and laughing. Nah, man, Myra said between breaths. I don't think the California girls got anything on Antigua. On Friday, Myra called my name. Evie, she said. Evie, wait up a minute. Evie. And for a minute, or maybe 100 minutes, it was the most beautiful name in the world. All right. These are very short chapters. Chapter 21, and this is where we'll stop tonight. What's the thing you ever wanted most in the world? Anna asked me. It was Saturday. Mama had given us money to go see a movie and get lunch somewhere, even though it was 2 days into December. It was warm enough for us to unzip our ski jackets, and stuff our scarves into our knapsacks. Indian summer, Anna had said, sniffing the air like a dog. So she's sniffing the air. We were walking along a wide avenue. Fancy stores were on both sides of the street. Anna stopped in front of one where, on the other side of the glass, a bright red dress with sequins laid draped across a blue velvet chair. No. The window. Okay, sorry. Anna stopped in front of one. On the other side of glass, a bright red dress with sequins laid draped across a blue velvet chair. I'm gonna come back and show you what that is. The window was covered with yellow cellophane, the kind we used to line our Easter baskets with. I lifted my knapsack higher on my shoulders, holding the straps so tight my fingers hurt. Easter. Every holiday we ever celebrated felt like a long time ago. The thing I ever wanted most in the world, I said, turning away from the window. Not that dress. No, that's not what I mean, Evie. Anna caught up with me and linked her arm through mine. She was being friendly. Too friendly. It made me wonder what she wanted. There wasn't a single thing I could imagine her wanting from me. What I wanted most right then was to break into a run. I wanted to feel the wind fighting me the way it did when we sprinted outside. I wanted to beat it, push against it like Lay yelled for us to do, gliding past the relay team and Myra and Denise. I had been going to track practice for 3 weeks, and in that short time, I had gotten faster. Don't let your hands go past your hip bone, Lee said, bringing them right back up to my chest. Hip, chest, hip, chest, hip, chest. Some nights I dreamed I was lifting off, taking these huge strides past everybody I knew. Mama with her watchtower, Daddy in his chair, Anna with all her books, Tawasha and Tamara. Then I'd be back in Denver and in the distance. Grandma and Lulu would be waving. But as I got closer to them, my stride got longer, and I'd move right past them, struggling to stop, but not able to. In those nights, I woke up startled, staring around my bedroom, wide-eyed and scared. Are you even listening to me? Anna sounded annoyed. Right here, she poked me in the center of my chest. Ouch! What do you want right there? Well, right now, I want my sternum to stop hurting. Anna rolled her eyes. You know what I want. What do you want? What Mama wants? What Daddy wants? I want to be back in Denver. So in this first part, she is describing a dream that she had, that she is running so fast that she runs back to Denver. She's running so fast, she runs past her grandmother and her best friend. She goes right past them. So this is the dream that she has, and she kind of wakes up scared of what the dream was about. Okay. So here, her and her sister are walking on a Saturday. You know what I want, Anna? What you want, what Mama wants, what Daddy wants. I want to be back in Denver. Anna smiled, satisfied. And if you couldn't have that, we passed a group of girls walking arm in arm. Anna and I looked at them without saying anything. People were out doing Christmas shopping. Some of the girls had brightly colored shopping bags hanging from their shoulders. You asked me what I wanted more than anything, not what I wanted if I couldn't have it. Well, now I'm asking you the other thing. She was grinning. What? I asked. What is it? Answer me. She stopped. This morning she had taken her braid out, and now the wind whipped her hair in front of her eyes. She brushed it back and kept grinning at me. I belong somewhere then, I said, or something like that, to feel connected, like the far, far future had come already, right? Right. We started walking again. At the corner, Anna stopped in front of the coffee shop. Let's go in here, she said. We need to talk, and I need something warm to drink. I stopped walking. About what? Anna grabbed my arm. Just about, she said. Come on, girlie. The shop was crowded, and Anna led us to a table in the back where we sat down and ordered calamine tea, the one hot drink we both loved because the honey and chamomile together reminded us of Denver in the summertime. When the waitress brought our tea, Anna looked at me. Tea, she said. She only used my old name when she was really happy or wanted to get something out of me. No, I said. I'm not asking you for anything. I need to tell you something. The far, far future came 2 days ago. What are you talking about, Anna? I felt itchy suddenly and scared. Anna took a long white envelope from her knapsack and handed it to me. When I saw Simon's Rock College written on it, my hands started shaking so bad I could barely pull the letter from it. Dear Miss Thomas, I slowly read, We are very happy to inform you. I'm in, Anna yelled, then quickly lowered her voice. I'm in there and out of here. Anna got accepted into college. Okay. Anna, I said, feeling the wind go out of me. What's going on? I applied. I went ahead and did it, not thinking, hoping, but not thinking it would happen. But I thought I had to be 16. I was wrong. Anna was still grinning, but I didn't see what there was to be all smiley about. Not only do they have early acceptance, but you only need 2 years of high school and in that A and be an A student. And since we couldn't get those stupid feds to change our school grades, the ones they sent to our school were still kind of shaky. So I wrote a long essay about why it was so important for me to get out of here. She leaned in closer and grinned. The grin disappeared. I told them, T, I used fake names in a different state, but I told them everything. But what about Officer Randall? And I stopped suddenly, remembering the morning my father had told us they had gone to jail. It seemed like forever ago. Now Anna pulled out her cheeks and exhaled. She looked away from me, her eyes seeming to rest on everybody in the diner before she spoke. Then she started talking again. Her voice was low. She wouldn't look at me. They're either got people still looking for us or they don't, she shrugged. We're either gonna die because of this or we'll live. The way I figure it is, I want to live. Really live until the next thing happens. When she looked up at me, her eyes were watery. You've got track. I grabbed her arm. What are you talking about? Anna pulled away from me and rubbed the place I grabbed. Geez, calm down. Mr. LaCroix or Lay told me. He said you had promised and stuff. He said you were fast. Don't worry, I won't say anything to anybody. Okay, so they are talking. Her sister has gotten accepted into a college. Now, this is a college that will allow her to go even though she's not finished with high school. She still has 2 more years of high school left. But because her grades were good, she was still allowed to be accepted into the college. Okay. So she's not quite 16 years old just yet. So Anna is planning to go away to college. And she feels like her sister has track to look forward to where she has nothing but college to look forward to. So Anna wants to move away from her family and try to start a new life, try to live a normal life. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know who this Mr. LaCroix is. I felt my heart moving all over the place. Felt like the words were falling over themselves to get out of my mouth. If she tried to take this away, I don't know what I'll do. I hated her. Stop lying, T, Anna said. Why do you think you have to lie to me? You know exactly what I'm talking about, track. So remember, Evie didn't tell her family that she was running track. So her sister found out. And so she is telling her that she knows about her running track, but Evie is still lying about it. So Anna is telling her she talked to the coach. Her voice got softer. You don't have to lie to me, T. We're on the same side of the fence. I shrugged and looked away from her. It's mine, I said, not caring that I sounded like a 4-year-old. Track's mine. And you and mama and daddy aren't going to take it away from me. Nobody's going to take it away from. Nobody's trying to, Anna said. She tried to make eye contact, but I bit my lip and looked away from her. It felt like everything was falling apart, slipping away. All I'm saying is, Mama and Daddy aren't going to get us out of this one. We're in it together, and we got to do it ourselves. You'll run. I'll go to Simon's Rock. Nobody's going to stop us either. If we're in it together, then how come you're thinking about leaving without me? Because I know you're going to be okay. We drank our tea and didn't say anything for a long time. People came and went. The waitress rushed past us looking tired and haired. Do you ever think about that boy, T? I didn't answer. Anna just kept talking. What do you think about him? I mean, really think. Not just what comes across your mind once in a while, but in your gut. What do you think about him way late at night when your mind's too tired to flick itself away from thinking too deep? I looked down at the letter. We are very happy to inform you. We are very happy to inform you. We are very happy to inform you. I don't know. When you turned 15, I remember thinking that you were the age he was when he died. Sometimes I wonder where he was thinking about going to college or whether his school teacher mom still taught. Mostly, I wish I never would have happened. I moved my finger slowly around the rim of my mug and thought for a moment, or that Daddy hadn't been there. So she is remembering because her sister is the same age as the teenage boy that was killed. So she's telling herself things she kind of thought in her head about him. Anna stared at me with her hair out and the makeup she had sneaked on after we left the house. She looked older. She had started dressing like the other kids at school in tight crop sweaters, designer pants, and high-soled shoes that made her taller than I was. When I was applying to Simon's Rock, she said, I wrote about him. I talked about how Mama's religion says we go back to the dust. But I didn't know if I believed that because I feel the boy with me all the time. How at first I used to think it was so crazy. Us, the innocent ones, having to leave because of some messed up stuff the cops did. But now I think of it as a part of a plan, a bigger plan. I don't know if it's God's or the universe or Raymond Taylor's or fate's, but I feel like. She leaned across the table, running her hand lovingly over the letter. I feel like whatever it is way bigger than we are. The waitress came over and asked us if we wanted anything else. I shook my head, but Anna ordered another cup of tea. The waitress gathered up our cups and looked annoyed. And a check, please, Anna said sweetly. After the waitress left again, Anna picked up the letter. Listen, this is the important part. While we can't offer you a full scholarship at this time, Simon's Rock can offer 2/3 scholarship. You may also be eligible for our work study program. I sniffled, wiped my nose with the back of my hand. T, Anna said, looking up from the letter. Don't. Come on, girlie. Be happy for me. You can visit me there, you know, every weekend if you want. It's only 3 hours away. She touched my hand across the table. I snatched it back from underneath hers and quickly wiped my eyes. It hurts not to cry, I said, half laughing. I mean, like my whole face and throat hurts trying to hold it in. Anna nodded, taking my hand again. God, do I know that? You always cry when you want to, I said. When we first moved here, I'd hear you bawling every night. Anna looked at me. But after a while, I learned to hold it in. Else I'd always be crying. Always. I hated here so much. She stopped, shook her head. This is behind me now. This present is almost over. What makes you think it's going to be so much better? Because it already is. Just knowing I won't have to be around us like we are now all bunched up in that stupid tiny apartment. Daddy always at the window looking like some shell, and mama gone crazy with religion. I hate us this way. She stopped again. It just has to be better, that's all. But mama's got a job now. It'll be different. Anna looked at me and didn't say anything. She's not going to let you go, you know. Anna took the envelope off the table and folded the letter back into it. Yes, she will. Jehovah's Witnesses don't believe in college. You're supposed to go into the ministry. Geez, Evie, you're starting to sound like her. You better watch out. I shrugged. You have this whole summer to work on her. Anna shook her head. The spring semester starts January 19th. I have to be there by noon. You can't leave in January, Anna. The waitress set Anna's tea in front of her and put a check in the middle of the table. Anna put a $10 bill on top of it. We should give her a nice tip since we probably won't make it to the movies anyway, huh? Whatever. Mama's a teacher, Evie. Mama's a teacher first, Evie. Even with all the Joho stuff, she wants something better for us than this crap. She hates how we're living. Hates it. You know that. I know that. College? Even as she's trying to argue with me about it, I know she'll be thinking, yes, this one's getting away. That was before all of this. She's way different now. I know I was lying, and Anna knew it too. She blew on her tea, looked at me over the cup. When's your first track meet? Next Saturday. We have to be at school at 10 in the morning. How come you're not telling them about this? The same reason I didn't tell you, because it's mine. That's why. And I'm not sure if I'm going to keep running. I didn't even know if I'm good at it. Who cares if you're good at it? I do. I want to be good at something. I want to be amazing at it. So amazing that nobody's going to be able to take it away from me. Anna raised her eyebrows. Guess we got another movie date coming, huh? Girlie, she winked at me, took a long sip of her tea. Thanks, Anna, I said, meaning it. All right. So they are sitting in a coffee shop, and Anna tells her sister that she has been accepted into college. Okay. And she's not necessarily of age to go to college. She's still in high school, close to 16. But because of her good grades, the college will allow her to start taking classes with just 2 years of high school. Okay. So we will stop here. Are there any questions about anything we have read?
No.
No? Okay.